I've been blessed to be in the room with people that are going to be in history books, and it's just the way my walk has been. Now, I think there's Proverbs. Use your Bible book for a minute. Regular read like, hey, man who excels his work will stand before kings. Like, and so I'm giving a presentation to Jeff Bezos or one of his reports, and these guys make hundreds of millions of dollars from Jeff's case, billions of dollars. And we're going to have a conversation. And there was a time when Jeff took one of the things I did and said, wow, that's really smart. I'm like, yay, Jeff Bezos called me smart. And 2 weeks later, one of the things that someone on my team did, that I hadn't trained and drilled correctly, like Jeff sends a note to everybody. There's this big tech distribution list of like, this is a really dumb idea. I'm like, oh, yeah, everybody I'd potentially worked for at Amazon just saw me, Jeff called me a dumb idea. But when I talk about self and pride in self, I've always had this little reminder quote that I saw at some point, or some older person told me, at some point, which is, it's a little joke like the flood consultant thinks how cool he is and gets up in heaven to give his speech, and he sees Moses and Noah out in the audience. There's always somebody who's got more. There's always somebody who's done more. And so you should be satisfied with good work, and you should be proud of good work that you do. But if it's building this, like, I'm better than everybody else, like, in the course of history, you're probably going to be stack ranked, not in the top 1,000. It's just not going to be there. I hate to break it to you. Most of us are not going to have a role in that way. But don't confuse. So on the one hand, there's the ditch of like, look how cool I am. I think about what our sports here. There's 1.9 million people in Idaho. If we win a state championship, yay, that's cool. And that's going to reflect the work that people put in. But that's like the City League championship in Chicago, or Seattle. You're like, and so like, let's not get too high and mighty, but let's also not fall in the ditch of like, oh, everything I do is useless. Like all work is a blessing. My grandma used to just, tell me like all education is useful. You just don't know how or when.